Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I will admit I'm a little bit nervous. I'm gonna attempt to read for 24 hours. Now, I'm not gonna do 24 straight and try and read through the night. That is a recipe for a miserable rest of the week. Needless to say, it is Friday mid-morning. I just finished with work for the week. So I am going to start the 12-hour timer once I finish this clip. And it'll go to probably, I'm gonna say midnight. 12 hours. I'll sleep, I'll wake up in the morning, and then I'll finish out my 12 hours on Saturday. So 12 hours today, 12 hours tomorrow. We're gonna see how many books we can get through. I've never done this before. I love watching Destiny's 12-hour like read-a-thons. So I'm very excited. I will probably be getting in the car and driving to like either Barnes & Noble or to get like food later. And when I'm in the car, I will be listening to an audiobook so that it counts as part of my time. I've already got my Starbucks, and I've got a few books that I would really like to read in the next 24 hours. We have The Ballad of Never After, which is going to be my first book that I read. I already took the dust jacket off, but I don't know if you can see it on the side, but I took the dust jacket off already. I'm excited but nervous about that one. Then I have What Happens After Midnight. I've heard good things about this, and I haven't read The Summer of Broken Rules, which is also by her, but I do have it. So if I like this one a lot, maybe I'll read the other one, who knows. And then we have The Late Mrs. Willoughby, which is the second in a series. So those are the three that I know I want to try and get through, but of course I also have my Kindle, and I have a ton of other books on my TBR and physical copies that I could read if I decide I'm not feeling one of these, or nothing on my Kindle strikes my fancy. But we are gonna go ahead and get started. It is 11:10. I'm going to start a 12-hour timer. There we go. I'll pause right now just for the sake of the video. But yeah, let's get started. I'll check in with you at the first hour mark to give you an update, see how I'm feeling. All right, hey squad, it's been, if you can see, an hour. I am 75 pages into The Ballad of Never After, and I had to take a little bit of a break, and I was reading on my Kindle, what is it called? Let me see, what is it called? Royally in Trouble, because I had to run to the office and do something really quick for work. So I paused the timer, and then while I was waiting, I had to just drop something off and give it to someone. So I was waiting for them to get there. I read a little on my Kindle, but I paused it in the car while I wasn't listening to anything and while I wasn't reading. So we have just hit an hour. It is 12:30. And this book is good. I just so many people talk about it in a heartbreaking way, and just not, they can't wait. Sorry, my words are not coming to me. They can't wait for the next book. So I'm just nervous. I read the first one last month and I waited a few weeks to start this one. One, because I wanted to read it for this video, but two, because I just wanted to not like rush through the books, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just gonna keep reading, and I'll probably go get lunch. It is, like I said, 12:30, so in probably like 30 minutes I'll pack up my things and head to get a sandwich at Schlotsky's, which is my favorite sandwich place, and it's right next to Barnes & Noble. So I'll go listen to my book, go get lunch, and then go to Barnes & Noble and keep reading for a little bit there. So that's probably where I'll update you next, but I wanted to check in at an hour and tell you what I was up to.
And all it contained seemed to outweigh the future. My mind so full of things said and not said, done and undone. I know.
Okay, I'm probably 75% through my book. And it's shaking me. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I just finished. Oh God. Oh. Anyway, sorry. We're currently we've got almost 7 hours left, so that means 8, 9, 10. We were 5 hours in and we finished our first book. I'm shook. I'm about to drive back home and listen to my book on the way, and I'll update you when I get home. All right, we're back at home. As you can see, I stopped and got a Diet Pepsi, and I got myself a Celsius. I got the sparkling kiwi guava, which is like my all-time favorite flavor. I still have a green juice from this morning from Starbucks that I'm gonna drink. So I've got lots of liquids. It's 5 p.m. We have basically 7 hours left. I'm not gonna talk for too long on this clip. I gave what thoughts I could while I was at Barnes & Noble, and I'm gonna do a summary of all the books at the end so that I don't spend a lot of time talking about them now, and I just keep reading. So we're moving on to the next book, which is gonna be What Happens After Midnight by K.T. Walter. So let's do it.
Pack yourself a toothbrush, dear. Pack yourself a favorite blouse.
Okay, I just took a break and paused my timer for dinner. I had the most random dinner ever. I had a veggie burger and a fried egg, but whatever. It's almost 7 and I have 5.5 hours left. So I'm drinking some of my Celsius. I'm gonna keep working on my beverages, but I am 115 pages into What Happens After Midnight, and honestly, it's so cute. Something about boarding school is just like so fascinating and fun to me. Like, I want to go to boarding school, even though I have no more schooling left in me. I don't know, it's just so fascinating and fun. And I love them. Tag and I can't even think of her name. What is it? Lily have such like a cute dynamic, and I love it. So yeah, chapter 10, we are on the clue 2 section, and we're gonna keep going. I'm literally screaming.
Take a withdrawal slip, take all of your savings out, 'cause if we don't leave this town, we might never make it out. I was not born to drown, baby, come on. Forget what Father Brennan said, we were not born in sin. Leave a note on your bed, let your mother know you're safe. And by the time she wakes, we'll have driven through the state, we'll have driven through the night. Baby, come on. If the sun don't shine on me today, and if the subway's flooded and bridges break.
Okay, so just finished this. What happens after midnight? I have basically, I just paused this so we could talk for a minute. It's 9:25 and I have 3 hours left. So I'm gonna start another book. And I should be done around 12:30. So yeah, I'm gonna start another book first. Again, I'm not gonna give too much information until the end. If you like Taylor Swift, this book is for you. This is so Taylor coded, it's not even funny. And I was listening to the playlist, like I just searched a what happens after midnight playlist. This is the one I was listening to. And it's almost entirely Taylor, and such good Taylor too. So I highly recommend listening to some Taylor while you read that book. Anyway, we are moving on to the next one. The next one I have picked out is The Late Miss Willoughby. So we're gonna start this, see how I'm feeling. I might switch over to the book I was reading on my Kindle earlier, Royally in Trouble. I think I'm like 15% through it. I'm not very far. But that's like an easy read. It's by Megan Quinn. So on to book number 3. Okay, we have switched to the iPad and we have less than an hour left. We have 56 minutes left of the first 12-hour section. It's almost midnight. I read about 100 pages of The Late Mrs. Willoughby, and then I decided to switch over to this to just finish out the night, because it's a little bit more, it was just calling me more in the moment, and we listen to what I want to read. Clearly I got ready for bed. I listened to a little bit of my audiobook while I was getting ready for bed. So as soon as the timer goes off, I will be going right to sleep, because I'm gonna get up tomorrow and read for another 12 hours, which just thinking about is so daunting to me. I will finish this last hour, check in with you when I'm done with 12 hours, and then we'll move on to tomorrow for another 12. We did it, guys. We read 12 hours. It is almost 1. It's 12:45 currently. Not that you can see the time, but 12:45. I got 30% through. I can never remember what this book is called. Royally in Trouble. The first one I rated 2 stars, but yet I'm reading the second one. The writing is terrible, honestly, and the way that they communicate is terrible. These two should not be getting married. I'm sorry. They have sexual chemistry, but they should not be getting married. And it makes me so irritated, but I have to keep reading, you know? And it's very sexy. Keller is like hot, hot, hot. And I love like a princess or like prince storyline, because I would love to marry a prince. I feel like it's in my future. So that storyline will always do it for me, even though this book is subpar. But yeah, 34% through officially of this, and about 100 pages into The Late Miss Willoughby is where I am ending the night tonight. I will obviously update you in the morning. Kate is sleeping right here. We're about to snuggle up and go to sleep so I can get some good rest before we do it all again tomorrow. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's 10:40. I have been up for a bit and I started my timer once I started reading. So I've been reading for about an hour. I'm just reading. I just got up and started reading on my Kindle, but my Kindle is having issues. It's been stuck on this screen now, so I'm charging it and we'll see if it can revive itself. But I have a workout class in 30 minutes, so I'm gonna read for another 10-15 and then get ready and go work out. But yeah, I was just reading Royally in Trouble. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm like 50% through now, I guess. I don't know what the plot is. I'm like, it seems like the climax is coming in the next like 10 pages, but I still have lots to go in the book, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but I guess we'll see. If my Kindle would start working, I don't know. I'm like, do I restart it? Okay, well, we'll see. If not, I'll read on my phone for 15 more minutes before I go to work out. But I just wanted to update you and say good morning. Our next 12-hour stint is going. Okay, my Kindle's restarting. And yeah, it's like, I guess it rained last night or this morning. It's super like kind of gray and wet outside. It does not feel like July. That's my update. Hey, so yes, I did like a little ballet bun. It matches my ballet pink Henley that I'm wearing. I showered, I'm back from my workout. I listened to my audiobook in the car. I got lunch, listened to my audiobook. So I'm about halfway through my audiobook right now. But I have 9 hours and 45 minutes left in the day. So we'll be done hopefully around 9:40 tonight. But again, it'll probably get pushed a little bit back, maybe to like 10. But I'm clean, I'm fresh. I've got my drinks again next to me. Kate is ready to snuggle. And we're gonna read. I'm going to pick back up The Late Miss Willoughby and try and finish this. And then I will try and finish my Kindle book that I'm reading, and we'll see how I'm feeling after I finish those two. What I'm feeling, because I have nothing else like that I'm reading or on my like in my mind to read, so I'll have to pick something after that. But yeah, I'm like 25% through this one, and like I said earlier, like 50% through my Kindle book. So okay, we're out in the living room again. I had paused my timer, so it is 1 o'clock and we have 9 hours and 42 minutes left. So let's get going. We're back with an update. I'm gonna pause this while I talk to you to be as fair as possible about my time. It's 5 o'clock. I have 5 hours and 45 minutes left. Oh my God, Kate. My estimated time of finishing is 10:45. I finished The Late Miss Willoughby, finished, done and dusted. Book number 3 done. We are moving on to finishing Royally in Trouble on my Kindle, and that's my update. I will probably take a pause at like an hour to make myself dinner, and then we'll be in for the rest of the night to read something else. Who knows what it'll be, but we'll figure it out.
Will you lay yourself down and dig your grave? Or will you rest?
Okay, guys. The amount of just like I can't. That book was a roller coaster. What the heck? But that's book 4, and we have 2.5 hours left. I will not be able to finish another book. I have a few books downloaded on my Kindle. I think I'm gonna read Off to the Races, which is the first book in the Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver, which I loved, Chestnut Springs. So this says, Off to the Races, a small town enemies to lovers romance. Great. I love it. I loved Elsie Silver. I loved Chestnut Springs. So I'm excited about this. And we'll see how far I get in 2.5 hours.
Against the dying day. And we'll
We did it, guys. We read for 24 hours. It is 10:46 p.m. on day 2 of this challenge. 12 hours yesterday. I read until almost 1 a.m. Got up this morning. 12 hours part 2. Hi. And we did it. We finished 4 books. I'm 60% through the book that I started, this last book, the Gold Rush Ranch one, which is called Off to the Races, and it's already very good. Elsie Silver and just like the cowboy, man, they're not cowboys. They're like rich, like racehorse owners. It's like old money horses, small town. So it's like a mix of like a billionaire romance and like the country small town vibe of Chestnut Springs. I'm loving it. Also, we met Violet Eaton from Chestnut Springs. Anywho, yes, completed 4 books, 60% through this one that I started. In all honesty, I'll get up, get ready for bed, and probably go and finish this book tonight. I'm 4 hours in out of a 6-hour book on Audible. I did listen to this on 1.5 speed while I was like driving, making dinner tonight, and I showered because I went to a workout class. So I came back, and while I was showering, I listened to this. So I will finish this the next few days. This book, I don't know if I ever even told you the book that I was listening to. It was called Rules for Visiting. It's honestly like not my normal vibe, but I'm enjoying it. And Kate is now really comfortable on my lap, so I am not going to get up and grab the other books, but I will talk about them because I put it off until the end so that we could just continue reading. The first book we read for this challenge was The Ballad of Never After, which was so long ago, it feels like. But needless to say, for my reactions, it's a 5 stars. Next, we have What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walter. That's how I'm pronouncing it, although it's Walter. I don't know why it would be pronounced differently than Walter. That one's 5 stars too. Like, it's crazy. I haven't had a 5-star book in what feels like so long. I've had several 4 stars, but no 5 stars. And in this 24-hour challenge, I read 2 5-star books back to back. What Happens After Midnight was so good. If you're a Swiftie, I said this last night, you have to read it. It was so good. And I couldn't fall asleep afterwards because it was running through my mind. It was so good. And then I started 2 books kind of last night in the last 3 hours after I had finished What Happens After Midnight. I kind of was going back and forth between a book on my Kindle called Royally in Trouble, which I finished today, and that one was 3 stars. It was Megan Quinn. It was fine. I had read the first one. It was the second in a series. The first one was 2 stars, but I still picked up the second one, and the second one was better. It literally had me shaking Kate here, poor girl. I was like, what are these idiots doing? So it did elicit a lot of emotions from me. So for that reason, it was 3 stars. And then I also finished today The Late Mrs. Willoughby, which is also a second in a series. It's like a Jane Austen murder mystery, and it has characters from all of her different works. So Elizabeth and Darcy's son, Jonathan, is one of the main characters, and he solves a murder with this other girl. Her name is Juliet. And this one was set at Delaford, and obviously Willoughby is in it, and Marianne and Colonel Brandon. So it kind of combines a bunch of different of Jane Austen's characters together. So I really enjoyed it. It was 3 stars. Although it's more 3.5 because it was definitely better than Royally in Trouble, the Kindle book that I finished. And I have a big trip coming up that I'm very excited about. I will be vlogging. I have some fun books I'm gonna read. I hopefully will have a lot of time to just relax, hang out with family. I don't know how much reading I'll be doing, but I will be bringing books. And I'll be vlogging. So thank you for watching. This was definitely a challenge. And in my mind, I was I read a lot, how hard can it be? This was a challenge. I was not fully prepared for, especially last night as it got late into the evening at 11, I was I'm ready to be done. I've been reading for a long time and I still have 2 more hours. Today was a little better because I started earlier in the day, but thank you for coming on this journey, and I will hopefully be doing another 24-hour challenge in the future. Who knows? Maybe I'll try and do it all through the night at one point. Seems like something I should try once, but maybe not. But I've got a busy next month coming up, so it won't be anytime soon. But it was really fun because I had a free weekend to spend my time doing this and read some really good books that I'm happy about. 2 5-star reads in 24 hours. That is pretty great. So with that being said, be sure to comment, all the things down below, subscribe. Down below my Goodreads is linked. I have a bookstagram that's linked down there, a podcast that's linked down there. All the things are always down there. So please check them out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.